How's it? Legs. After yesterday's situation of not being able to do legs, you know what that means? Drug steroids. No, not actually. But you know, I just saw something very funny, which I'm not going to say. But naturally, that means today's leg day I had to go harder. You know, some people may think if you can't do legs on a certain day, that your leg day has just been skipped. No, not the case. If you can't do legs on one day, it means the following day's legs and the rest of your workouts get pushed back by a day. So it was legs. And my word, it felt like I could have blimming built a whole village during that workout. I absolutely carried the logs, carried the boats, carried the weights. My word, I did my working set of 100 kilos on squats. I did 10 sets of 8 reps. Now, you know, it may be like, oh, 100 kilos, 8 reps, not that much, but when you make it 10 sets, it becomes quite the flipping mission. And you know, when you're actually putting proper depth and not half-assing your reps, you know, it was a very solid workout. Now, in the process, I may have completely shattered the back of my phone, but you know, the camera still works, so I'm happy. But no, definitely not ideal, considering it now looks like a piece of vandalized glass. So it is what it is. Now, although it felt like I carried every single log to build a small village, in fact I didn't. And you know what, I think that brings up the very, very important question, especially since it's so gym related, of ideally in your life, where would you want to live? Like I always give this a fair bit of thought. You know, first of all, you have the options of hot climate or cold climate, right? Those are the pretty major two big ones. And obviously you have to take into the consideration both the, you know, drawbacks and advantages of both climates. Obviously a hot climate, it's nice to be warm, you know. I'm never upset. Well, you know, but you can be too warm. Now they're thinking, you know. But then with a cold climate, you know, at least in my experience, it's nice because you can always get warm in a cool climate, but you can't always get cool in a warm climate, if you're catching my drift there. Now, that's not to say that, you know, 24/7 miserable rain, snow, and just doom weather is ideal. However, for some people it may be, and for me it like most likely is. But then again, I live in a climate where it's so hot, and it's like summer is winter in this country is most people's summers. Now, obviously, so for my preference, I'm going to choose a climate that would have a cold winter and a warm summer. You know, that's something you want, but not like Europe. Europe's got a weird summer. Summer is like boiling hot, but then it's just winter like most of the year round, and their summer lasts about a week, which is again not ideal. And I don't want to be walking around in puffer jackets looking like I'm going to be selling people ketamine. Now, in terms of accommodation, see, the issue here, what I find is I can do either. I could either do right in the center of the hustle bustle city life, because that's actually what I do in Ireland. I live in the center of Dublin. Now, that would be cool and all, but I feel like deep in my head, all I really want to do is like live in a cabin forest, wooden cabin in the middle of like a forest. I think that's like my dream since I've been a kid, live in a cabin in the forest. Now, you may be thinking that is incredibly inconvenient, and yes, I know. If you think of it from a perspective of purely you know, convenience, it's probably the worst possible option you could actually choose. Not just because, you know, it's in the middle of a forest, and you know, ideally a forest means it's quite far away from the nearest civilization, and in my case I would need a gym unless I had a home gym, but also unless I'm gonna be, you know, be going back to the hunter-gathering type of situation. I'm gonna need to make long treks to get food from the supermarket, unless I can, you know, figure out some sort of teleportation, which I've got in the works, don't you worry. Now, those are the two biggest things: location, climate, right? Which I guess could be considered both. Then, I might have already hinted at it, but then the prospect of, you know, the style of housing. For me personally, something about a wooden cabin really tickles my toes. Really tickles my toes. Gets me going, makes me giddy, you know, just snuggling up in a little bed, hear like rain fall, pitter patter of, you know, things, insects, it could be slightly annoying, but you just get like a pet gecko that'll just lick them all up, you know, and you've probably got yourself not too bad of a situation there. Then, the thing is, I do enjoy modern and luxurious commodities. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you could do that in a log cabin. However, in my log cabin, it's the best of both worlds. Now, you may be wondering, how on earth have you managed to pull that off? Don't you fret, I'm a genius. Outside, deceptionally log cabin-y. Inside, absolute gamer setup, you know. We got the indoor cinema, right? We got the blaming lounge for gaming with people. Then we got the intense gaming room. Now this is with PCs, monitors. We need at least 3 setups for all the boys to get going at it, you know? Can't just be solo raiding and Rust on a Saturday evening without the boys in the log cabin. Now, you may be thinking this is sounding a bit Minecrafty, and it bloody well should be, because best believe, Minecraft themed room. All the lights, redstone switches. No, scratch the Minecraft themed room. I don't think I'll I don't think people will find that one too cool. You know, actually screw that. Minecraft themed room and Terraria themed room. I think it becomes a bit concerning when there's like a Dark Souls themed room, because then people will be like, oosh. Oh, even a Fortnite themed room would be pretty sick. Now, the reason I, you know, bring up this incredibly important gym related topic of, you know, housing, which in case you haven't gathered is zero to do with my leg day today or housing, is because I know a couple people who would crank a 90 in Fortnite and consider that a 5-star hotel. Now, I'm not saying, I guess it could come off as me being fussy then, but is it so wrong to take pride in your home, your establishment? Like even now, I'm not sure about other people, but you know, my room is my place, especially at my age where I don't own my own house. Now, in college, I like have my own room, my own bathroom, but I share a kitchen with 8 people. And that can, from time to time, not be so ideal. However, my room is my place, you know, and my place is clean, you know, the things go where they're supposed to go. When I put a pencil on the table, it stays there, and I'm proud of that, you know. And my log cabin would be the same. When I placed a log in that ground, it would not move an inch until, you know, I moved it, or a deadly hurricane struck and sent me up in a tizzy. Which is something I didn't consider, was natural disasters. So, obviously, wet climate, that means we have the option of flood, and what else would there be? I guess we could say hurricanes, strong winds. Now, fortunately, I am quite the proficient swimmer, so don't you fret, I will survive a good flood. However, a strong wind could be a snag. Due to my enormous lats, I might catch flight and just get taken off to a different hemisphere, which wouldn't be ideal. So I may have to reconsider everything now due to natural disasters, which were not considered earlier. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed listening to my absolute nonsense for 10 minutes, and don't take anything I say too seriously. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm no doctor, no genius, no scientist, but I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And what's the end bit, you know? It's the part where I say we will see you tomorrow.